figure out how to be off of it.
Because the rest of them know.
Nice. Who's good at it, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Call the Town of Gaston's September 11th regular meeting into session at 6 p.m. Please rise and remove your hats for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty. Moment of silence in remembrance of those that lost their life in 9/11. Roll call of officials, please.
Katina,
Present.
Brett,
Present.
Robert,
Present.
Okay, I have two guest speakers on the agenda, Bryce Craig and Ted Brown. At this time, I don't see either in the audience.
Ted Brown said he was running a little late, but he will be.
I'd ask the council that we move forward with the agenda and we return back to guest speakers.
Make a motion to deviate from the agenda and move ahead with business and return to guest speakers once those arrive.
Second.
Motion with the second. Roll call, please.
Katina,
Aye.
Brett,
Aye.
Robert,
Aye.
Approval of minutes, special meeting for August 21st. Council seeing any corrections?
Make a motion to approve the August special meeting minutes.
Second.
Motion with the second. Roll call, please.
Katina,
Aye.
Robert,
Aye.
Brett,
Aye.
Okay, Planning Commission?
No report at this time.
Parks. Is Mr. Barber on his way?
I can go get it, you need?
I do need to speak with him, please.
This way. Oh, that's not.
Okay.
Okay, I received an email from the previous president of the Parks Board. Council, I believe you received it also. Says I spoke with this, I received it on September the 8th. I spoke with Matt Davis and received an update on the status of the concrete for the shelter house. Matt advised me that he was arranging for a couple of individuals to volunteer their time to pour the concrete, with plans to do so in the near future. I know we had talked about getting the ramp to the court framed and include the concrete for the ramp at the same time. So I'm just wondering if that is possible to do. That would eliminate most of the rocks in the park. I still plan on making a small flower bed around the sponsor sign. I'm willing to help in any way I can. So my question to Carl is, can we get that framing done this next week for that ramp? Do you need any supplies to do so?
No, I believe I got enough space.
So that ramp would be done by,
You need a 2x4 or 2, that'd be about it.
which would fit within the budget of the ordinance. So you guys could have that done by Friday?
Tomorrow? Or next week? Before.
Next Friday,
Yeah, we'll have it done.
unless Matt gets a hold of you and tells you guys earlier. I just don't, they're going to show up when the manpower is free. So we got to have it done. But then we also have to think about if we have a safety issue there with it being framed and entrance into it. So you may have to close that entrance off. Right. Okay.
Caution tape, we got that too, so.
Okay. I just want to make sure that we're all clear on what we were doing there. The pole that needed painted on the shelter house that we talked about at last month's meeting, update on that?
The electric pole,
Yes.
yeah, we're going.
Is it in compliance or still not in compliance?
Not fresh wood no more.
The fence, I know we talked in the last couple months, and Carl, you were going to go get the supplies. What are we thinking, where are we at on that?
Hoping to go next week to get it. If they got it in.
Okay, here's my question. Do you want to fix it before Matt comes?
No, it's on the other.
Yeah, the one where he's.
Okay.
On the other side.
Okay.
And then my thing is sometimes you go to get supplies and things are on back order and that kind of stuff. So I felt like that we needed to have all the supplies on hand before we try to navigate enough people to do the job. Does that make sense? Okay. So we haven't got the supplies yet, but you're going to get them this next week.
Monday. At least make sure that will be.
And then if you would follow up, if anything, you find out it's going to be a back order or anything of that nature, or outside the rim of the cost that was approved by the council, please let us know as soon as you find out. Okay. Does anybody have anything else, any other questions, concerns pertaining to the park? Okay. Moving on to old business. The wastewater project we tabled because we haven't got an update or from Rob or the financial. The same thing with the storm sewer. Carl, you brought that to us and we asked for a written quote on South Sycamore. We haven't got that yet. So it'd be my recommendation, council, to table both of those again.
So make a motion to leave the wastewater project and the storm sewer project on South Sycamore Street tabled until further notice.
Second.
Motion with the second.
Katina,
Aye.
Robert,
Aye.
Brett.
Aye.
Another item that we had tabled waiting to get from legal was an updated version of to amend the nuisance ordinance. We have received that copy. Council, it'd be my recommendation that we do the first reading in its entirety. So the public, whether here in attendance or watching VI video, will know what the ordinance is and the expectations. And there'll be no questions today. Any questions would come to next month's meeting when it would be up for second reading and adoption. So I'd entertain a motion for first reading.
Make a motion for first reading for the 2025 amended nuisance ordinance.
Second.
Motion with the second.
Robert,
Aye.
Brett,
Aye.
Katina.
Okay, bear with me as it's fairly lengthy. This would be ordinance number 2025-05. It would be an ordinance amending ordinance 2022-04, a combined public nuisance and weed control ordinance. Whereas pursuant to Indiana Code 36-8-2-4, the town of Gaston may mount other actions, regulate conduct, use, and or possession of property that might endanger the public health, safety, or welfare. And whereas pursuant to Indiana Code Section 36-9-2-5 and 36-9-2-7, the town may, among other actions, establish, vacate, maintain, operate, and or regulate the use of public ways. Whereas pursuant to Indiana Code Section 36-1-6-2, if a condition violating an ordinance of the town exists on real property, employees or contractors of the town may enter onto the private property, take appropriate action to bring the property into compliance with the ordinance, and collect from the property owner the cost it incurs, including without limitation, administrative cost and removal cost. And whereas the town has identified a need to update its regulations regarding nuisance as it's related to the administrative and enforcement procedures. Now therefore it be ordained by the town council of Town of Gaston, Indiana as follows. Section 1. The Gaston Town Marshal and Deputy Marshal shall be responsible for the enforcement and administration of this ordinance. The town council may appoint a code enforcement officer to enforce and administrate this, the town marshal and deputy marshals. Section 2. All public nuisances are prohibited. For the purpose of this ordinance, any person who, A, maintains or permits a condition that unreasonably annoys, injures, or endangers the safety, health, morale, or comfort of the public. B, interferes with, obstructs, or renders dangerous for passage or use any public right-of-way or easement, sidewalk, ditch, or other public facility. Or C, does any other act or omissions declared by law or this ordinance to be a public nuisance, is therefore in violation of this ordinance and subject to the enforcement and abatement actions and penalties as set forth herein and as provided for in Indiana Code 36-1-6-2, incorporated herein by reference. Section 3. The following for purpose of this ordinance are declared to be a public nuisance. A, snow or ice, rain, stormwater, or other lubricants, or other liquids, cast upon or permitted to flow upon streets or other public property transferred, diverted, or discharged from private property onto a public street or sidewalk. B, all trees, shrubs, hedges, weeds, grasses, and other vegetation, other signs, fences, and other obstructions that block or interfere with the view or line of sight of oncoming vehicular traffic on public roads. C, all trees included or roots thereof, shrubs, hedges, weeds, grasses, and other vegetation that cause damage to or interfere with the safe and efficient use by pedestrian and vehicular traffic, as the case may be, of public streets or sidewalks. Grass and weed more than 8 inches in height at any given point, and hedges larger than a maximum height of 3 feet. E, obstructions and excavations affecting intended public use of streets, alleys, sidewalks, public grounds, natural waterways, ditches, gutters, drains, and curbs, except as may be expressed permitted by this ordinance or other applicable law. F, a party or other gathering that unreasonably disturbs the peace, quiet, or repose of the public or of any other person's use and enjoyment of their property. G, discarded or irreparable machinery, household appliances, automobiles, mobile homes, or other materials or related parts stored or kept in open view. H, any other excavation that is left uncovered or in such other condition as to constitute a hazard to the public. I, litter, garbage, trash, debris, leaves, grass clippings, composed or limbs, or other items placed or left on a public right-of-way, including without limitation, sidewalks, trails, streets, curbs, or adjacent private property, except as expressly permitted by this ordinance or other applicable ordinance of the town. However, placing any of the items herein described out to allow for planning and scheduled collection by the town or its agents or contractors shall be permitted. J, litter, garbage, trash, debris, leaves, grass clippings, compost or limbs, or other discarded items placed or left anywhere on private property, except as expressly permitted by other applicable ordinances of the town. However, placing any of the items described herein in approved containers for trash and or recyclables to allow for planned and scheduled collection by the town or its agents or contracts shall be permitted. For the purpose of this section, approved containers shall mean and be limited to containers provided by the contractor with whom the town has contracted for the collection of garbage and or recyclables. K, the discharge of exhaust or permitting the discharge of exhaust of any internal combustion engine, motor vehicle, motorcycle, or all-terrain vehicle, except through a muffler or other devices that effectively prevent loud or explosive noises therefrom and complies with applicable state and federal laws and regulations. L, the use or operation or permitting the use or operation of any musical instrument, musical device, sound producing or amplifying device, paging system, machine, or other devices that produce noises or sound in a loud manner that unreasonably disturb the peace, quiet, or comfort of persons or the general public. M, all other uses and conditions of the property that are defined as public nuisance in other town ordinances. Section 4. For the purpose of this ordinance, litter includes without limitation garbage, trash, debris, lawn or garden waste, newspapers, magazines, glass, metal, plastic or paper containers, construction material, scrap metal, discarded clothing, appliances, furniture, motor vehicles and parts, trailers and boats and parts, and or noxious or offensive matters of any kind that is not kept in a designated container that is designed to prevent its escape and pickup emptied on a routine scheduled basis. Litter kept in or on a trailer or truck bed shall not be deemed to be kept in a designated container. Section 5. Owners of real property within the town shall maintain and use their property in a manner that does not constitute a public nuisance and otherwise complies with this ordinance. All other persons shall comply with the ordinance to the extent it may be applicable. If the condition of the private property is the basis of a violation notice issued pursuant to this ordinance, then all owners and occupants of that property will be deemed to be violating persons and subject to enforcement action and remedies of the town. Section 6. If conditions of the property constitute a public nuisance pursuant to Section 3, an officer of the town of Gaston or designated code enforcement officer may issue a written ordinance violation citation to the property owner and or occupants, either by personal delivery or by leaving the notice on the exterior door. The citation shall A, describe with reasonable particularity conditions that constitutes a public nuisance, or B, direct the property owner and or occupant to abate the violation within a prescribed time the officers designate on the written citation, which shall be not less than 5 and not more than 30 days, depending on the extent of the violation. And C, advise the property owner and or occupants that if the public nuisance is not abated within the prescribed time, the town may abate the violation as outlined in Section 7 and or initial legal enforcement proceedings. Section 7. If a violation of this ordinance is not abated within the time prescribed in the citation of the town, as permitted by and pursuant to Indiana Code, may enter onto the property and abate the violation, contract with a private contractor to abate the violation, or initiate legal enforcement proceedings. The town may abate an ongoing violation in the same manner as often as the condition on the property requires. A, if the property owner fails to abate the violation within the prescribed time, referenced in Section C, B above, the property owner shall be liable for the following fees and costs. 1, administrative fee due to the time, effort, and costs associated with inspecting properties, evaluating ownership records, and issuing proper notice to the property owners. Administrative fee of $200 shall be charged. 2, cost of abatement due to equipment and labor costs associated with entering property and removing weeds and or rank vegetation. The property owner shall be charged a fee of $50 per half hour for the time spent abating the violation. Section 8. The property owner and or occupants of the property that is the subject of a violation of this ordinance shall be fined. 1, first notice received in 12-month period, $50. 2, second notice received in 12-month period, $150. 3, third notice received in the 12-month period, $300. For purpose of this section, a violation will be deemed to be subsequent violation only if it's based on the same or similar conditions as described in subsection A through M of Section 3. Section 9. If the town abates a violation, it will issue a bill to the property owner for the cost it incurs in bringing the property into compliance with this ordinance, including administrative costs, removal costs, and attorney fees. A bill issued to the property owner and or occupants under this section will be delinquent if not paid within 30 days after the date of the issuance of the bill. The costs billed under this section are in addition to the fines imposed by Section 8 of this ordinance. A, upon the failure of the owner after receiving proper notice to pay the applicable fees and costs within a period of 30 days, the town shall obtain a lien upon the property in which the violation was abated in accordance with Indiana Code 36-7-10, 1 through 4, and Indiana Code 36-1-6-2. The auditor shall place the amount claimed plus any additional fees incurred by the auditor on the certificate against the property affected by the work, and the amount shall be collected as taxes are collected and dispersed to the general fund of the town. B, if the owner of real property fails at court to collect the amount of the bill, plus additional costs incurred in the collections and fees. If the town obtains a judgment under the subsection, the town may obtain a lien in the amount of the judgment on any real or personal property of the owner. Section 11, this ordinance repeals and replaces all other ordinance and parts thereof with which conflict. Section 12, this ordinance shall take effect 60 days after the passage by the town council. And then it goes on to say passed and adopted and the dates and signatures. So at this time, I consider that the first reading. It will be up for second reading and adoption at the meeting. There'll be no questions on the first reading. So that'll be the October, I believe, 9th meeting. Okay. The next thing I have is, now, first readings don't have it. The second reading, when we do adoption.
You have to pass that for an ordinance to every individual in town that's got property and have them vote on it. You guys cannot dictate how people live.
Sir, I respect your comment, but I understand the process of how I have to do it. You're more than welcome to bring your concerns to the second meeting, which is next month. Yes, sir.
That was kind of my question too. I was like, who's going to decide what is a nuisance? Are we going to poll the civilians that live around the area, or
And it's trying to be a dictator.
It's, the ordinance goes up for questions it's not adopted today. Today is strictly the first reading. I would ask that you get your questions together. We can answer those at the second meeting, or you also, Mr. Barber and Mr. Allen, can answer them for you outside of the meeting. But to follow the procedure for adoption, I just do a first reading tonight, second reading, and up for adoption in October. The council could actually go ahead and suspend the rules and do it tonight, but I don't feel that that's fair to the public. So that's why I did strictly a first reading. I read it in its entirety. So those at home that may have any questions or concerns can also bring those to the council next month. Okay. Okay, so the next thing I have is that was tabled was a quote for JD Stinson Communications. I feel like we need to bring that off the table and make a decision.
We have all the information to do that.
I thought you weren't wanting to do it.
Yeah,
Just,
that's why last month I just
Okay.
said we didn't want to do it.
I just say we move it off the table and then
Make
take
a
it back.
make a motion to pull JB Stinson communications quote off the table at this time.
Second.
Motion with the second.
Robert,
Aye.
Brett,
Aye.
Katina.
So at this time, we have talked with Traci pertaining to the JD Stinson. We don't believe we need it. So I'd entertain a motion to decline that quote.
So I make a motion to decline the quote with JD Stinson communications for I believe that was for telecommunication lines.
Second.
Motion with the second. Roll call.
Robert,
Aye.
Brett,
Aye.
Tina.
Okay, two other ordinances that we're working on that we talked about last month would be the golf cart ordinance. It's illegal to make sure it's up to code with any new Indiana laws, and the right-of-way ordinance that Traci gave to us for fees. So I'd entertain a motion to table both of those until we get those documents.
Make a motion to table both the golf cart and the right-of-way ordinances until we have this back in legal.
Second.
Motion with the second.
Robert.
Aye.
Brett.
Aye.
Katina.
Aye. The other old business I have is a street truck, but we're waiting on Mr. Brown to get here, so,
He's walking up.
okay.
You walking up?
The other thing that I have in old business is the town sign. Have we gotten any quotes on that? So,
He actually, if I get a chance, I'm gonna go in there on Monday. But that's all I know today. I did find the name of the person that was suggested about the brick. So I can contact them if you want me to.
call it
I think it's not, I don't know that it's gonna be
cost effective.
yes.
Well, I was thinking if we went, I mean, I know he supplied some pictures and stuff. I'm thinking we're gonna have to go smaller if we go brick. Does that make sense? So maybe reduce the size. So we can continue. We didn't take any action on that, but we can continue next month and talk about that.
Hopefully when Gary gets back to me that, because I asked him if I could just stop by on Monday.
Yeah.
You need a moment? Okay. Okay. Okay, so that's all the old business I have. I see Mr. Brown is here, so we will return to our guest speakers. Ted Brown,
My guest?
you are a guest.
Oh, that was the devil.
So
I'm sorry, I'm like,
that's okay.
I had to go scrape the grease off. I just wanted to explain, if you had any questions on the stuff about the trucks. First of all,
Okay, so first we'll talk about the current truck the town owns.
yeah, if you had any questions,
And if you could tell us a little bit about the repair and your plans.
the first thing you need to do is replace the rusted brake line that's dumping the flood. On your sheet, that's $255 to run a new line from the front to the back. That's a new line, it's not patched in. Once you do that, then you can see if the bleeders will break loose at the calipers, and if they do, you bleed it out, and then you can inspect the wheels and check the brakes and stuff like that. If that doesn't do it, then you gotta pull the wheels off, the calipers. That's when you get into start getting into the big dollars there. But the $255 is your investment to fix the brake line, and if we can break the bleeders loose on the back end, stop there, then we can go from there and see what else it needs. But that's but what I did, I give that estimate because if the bleeders break, you gotta go forward to get it going. You can't go any further. You gotta pull the wheels and pull the calipers off. I didn't price brake pads because I don't know. You gotta take your wheels off to do that. But the calipers, the hydraulic part of it, you gotta get working.
Okay, so if it ended up costing to do everything and we took that parts tax off like you and I talked about,
Yeah.
it comes to $1,566.20. But there would be additional cost for brake pads?
If the brake pads are needed, and like I said, I can't see them through the wheels. It's backing plates, which is surprisingly, they're not rusted out, they're in good shape, so I can't see them with the dual wheels.
So let me ask you
They're
this.
about $70.
Okay, that's why I was thinking they would be under the $200 that the department
Yeah.
could utilize. So,
There'd be no extra labor because you're right there.
Traci, if the council decided to go ahead and fix this truck with our MVH issue, where would you want to pay that from?
I would take it out of your depreciation.
But if they purchase that vehicle, you won't
You'll
have
still-
anything left because
There should be some left, yes.
not if you buy a transmission.
Well, I'll let him discuss that with you.
So,
I mean, like I said, it's a town truck. It's an all department truck. Because it does,
Carl, if they needed to take it from police to repair that truck and we had it, would you be okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Okay, so I would entertain a motion. I mean, I don't want to say just do the $250 for the rear brake line and then they're sitting waiting. So I would recommend that we give a cost up to and get the truck.
like for the whole, 15, would you say it was 15 one?
I came up with $1,566.20 after we took the tax, but
And then
Yeah, I've got a
give it
new
room
program
for,
that won't let you take the tax off of it, but I don't run that through on billing. So.
I mean, if the truck's going to be a quality truck and we can get a few more years out of it, then
That's a good investment for that truck. I mean,
Yeah,
If you could drive another 5 years and only spend another, if you'd spend another 5,000 in that truck, it's worth keeping.
I got a question.
I don't think we've done anything to it since the town of Gaston bought it back when he's on the board.
So I would
It's
entertain a
50.
motion to do that up to 1,700.
That's what I was gonna say.
So they're not sitting over there and that truck's holding up his garage. And then if we have to, I would take it out of police before I took it out of any kind of utilities.
So I make a motion to approve repair of the 2005 GMC truck for the street department with a maximum cost of $1,700 to be paid from Hannah.
I would try to pay it out of our budget. And Traci can find it fit, but Carl's agreed to pay it out of the police, so just out of the
Okay.
general budget.
Out of the general budget.
Second.
Motion with the second, roll call please.
Robert,
Aye.
Brett.
Aye.
Katina.
Aye. Okay, moving on to new business, while we have Mr. Brown here. The street department has looked at
Write
a,
it down. I don't want
you
to-
sure can. Street department has found a vehicle they're interested in. Procedure is get a motion and a second, and then we go into discussion. So, if I have a motion to purchase it out of the water and sewage depreciation and pay it back to them by December 31st.
So I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of new vehicle from water and sewage depreciation as long as it's paid back by December 31st, 2025.
Second.
Okay, going into discussion. Robert, you want to tell the council a little bit about,
About it, yeah. Okay, so we've been looking for a truck for a little while. Talked to a few others as well, but with our budget, it was out of our price range. And I was trying to find, I wanted to have more capabilities than just one thing. I came across a 2011 Chevy 1-ton 4x4 on the floor. It's got 91K miles, and the guy brought it to us. We took it to 2 shops. Ted Brown is one. If he won,
I would like to have him speak on it since
yeah,
he,
speak on it. He looked it
If you have
over.
any questions, Brad, or anybody have any questions on it, what I found, and I gave you an inspection sheet, filled out an inspection sheet. And then the yellow one had all the little stuff, but
Okay.
the motor sounds good. All the fluids, but the transmission fluid is darker than the motor oil. Even though it's shifting fine now, you can
must be on my desk somewhere.
just, if you buy it, plan on taking it to, I suggest a place that can program the computer. If they flush it, if they pull the pan, it's gonna be full of junk.
Yeah.
Spend the money, have it rebuilt, or buy a rebuilt one, whatever you wanna do. But whoever does it, they have to be able to reprogram it, because that's got a transmission computer, what they call a TCM. I can't do that. I don't want anything to do with that. That way you can have some kind of a warning, and if you have somebody do it, you can't program it, then you gotta take it to them to have it programmed. So GM or whoever you do the transmission. The rest of the truck, it's got a little bit of rust underneath on the bed, but that bed's good for 5 or 6 years easy. You're not gonna be carrying big cement blocks. You don't have to worry about that. The truck has been wrecked, but they've done a good job on the body. The frame's good. The ball joints, the brakes look good, what we can see on the front. Again, it's a dually. I can't tell you on the back, but the brake lines are good. They look good on that truck. You can see them on the top side. So.
What do you think about the tires?
Tire's brand new. It's only got one mismatch, but it's a new tire on the back. But the tires, as you see on the inspection sheet they got, I think they got 8/32 tread, which is, the new one's 9. So that's good tires. There's no front end play, but Jack, there's no front end play. The steering and ball joints look good. There's no leaks. The truck is clean underneath. So the transmission is your main thing that you'll have to do.
And with,
Yes, in my opinion, and I think your other person looked at it, don't drive it until it quits. Because if it quits and wipes out the casing, then that's going, and you have no core for a rebuild. If you buy a rebuild, $1,000. So if it's still working, there's a good chance that the housing of the casing is still good. Then they can rebuild it, or you can turn it in for a core and it'll be a good core. But if you wait till the front pump goes out, it'll wipe out the whole casing. And you don't want to do that. Besides that, then the plus of the truck, and I don't care if you buy it or not, but the plus of the truck is it's got that crane on the back. The only thing it needs is going to need some new hydraulic hoses because they're wet cracked, but it works good. And you can use it, or you can use it for things down there, I'm sure. But as far as the truck itself, what I looked at, it's a solid truck.
okay. And with that being said, after both shops looked at it, I talked to the owner and told him what they saw and what we would need to do if we were to buy it. So I tried to see if we could get it for a better price, and he came down substantially for it to meet what we could in our budget for us to be able to put that in.
So how much was he asking for the truck and how much is he willing to take now?
He was asking $16,500, and now he's willing to take $500.
And if we had, I mean, I know there's a difference in costs when you go to a rebuild transmission to a new transmission. If we had to put a brand new transmission in it, how much would it be?
You can't buy new. You have to. If you buy one from GM, it's still a factory rebuild.
Right.
That one there's probably about $4,000 to $5,000 for the transmission.
So a maximum of 5 to 6, you would think?
$1,000 for installation. So you'll have $6,000 in transmission.
6,000. That's what I was trying to get.
Yeah, I was gonna say Precision was $6,261.
And that's in the ballpark.
So would I be safe to say no more than 7,000?
Well, I think 6,500.
6,500? Okay. Which would make the truck 19,000 if I'm doing my core math correctly, right?
And if you get on a computer, and I don't want to butt in, and don't, like I say, don't matter to me. You can look at them trucks and 30,000 all day long, put 150, 200,000 miles on it.
And that's the other one, and that's the other ones I was looking at too, and this one has 91,000, and all the other ones were. So even if we did that, that's why I tried to talk them down. They made sense. Plus the warranty on the transmission that we have. But
You don't think changing the fluid,
Okay.
you don't think it's changing the
So-
fluid.
Okay, so council,
It probably won't move if you do that, flush it.
so
It's literally
Brett, you
out
made
that
the
way.
motion. But I apologize, you didn't have the cost, so the truck cost would be 12,500. Do you want to amend your motion to?
Well, I guess we want to, I mean, part of it comes, do we want to account for the entirety?
It's going to do the transmission separate.
So I'll amend my motion to allow up to $12,500 to be spent on the vehicle itself.
Is there any other discussion? Public got any comments? Because I don't want to exclude anybody pertaining to this truck before the council votes.
Who works in the Chevy transmission department now? There's guys that work for Chevy, just like yourself. Do you know anybody that works in the transmission department that they move from monthly?
what?
Are you talking about an individual?
Yeah,
That I don't think that would be a good idea, like he said, with the programming and stuff. The ones I know work inside the plant, and they like me, but they're not gonna let me drive a truck up in there.
the assembly is different than the transmission department.
Yeah, a lot of our
You
part,
know, I don't know nothing about the owl.
Right.
But I could take a World Warner and tear them apart and rebuild them any day.
yeah, that I'm not sure of.
Well, I'm throwing that out, because there's a lot of people working for Chevy.
Did I get a second on that?
He didn't.
Robert, yeah,
Second.
for the amendment, sorry.
Robert,
Aye.
Brett.
Aye.
Katina.
So the motion we have a motion with a second, so roll call, please.
That's what I just did.
Oh, I thought you were doing the amendment.
I just did the
Okay.
amendment.
Okay, then I need to rescind my vote. I vote no on purchase of the truck. Sorry. Please don't take any hardships. I respect both of you and your decisions, and I hope you guys are right and I'm wrong. So now we move on to a motion for purchasing a new transmission or up to a new transmission. And talking to Mr. Brown, it would be up to $6,500. And I believe there is enough in that depreciation that you could do it the same way and have to pay the utilities back by the end of December 31st. Let me make sure, 1943, 7.66 minus.
While you're figuring that, then I make a comment, wherever you take it, don't tell them, I want the transmission rebuilt. Take it in there, let them diagnose it, drop the pan, they'll find out how much cracks in the pan. And they'll tell you it needs rebuilt. Don't go that way, they don't automatically rebuild. If the transmission place says, well, we can flush it and make it last 2 or 3 years, then you're safe. But with the experience, when you pull the dipstick out, you got metal on the end of the dipstick and friction material from the transmission, and it's blacker than the motor oil, it's usually gone. But let the transmission, whoever does the transmission work, let them tell you it needs rebuilt. Okay? I just, that way you're not surprised if they say, okay, we're just better off to rebuild instead of taking a chance.
But you're gonna do his recommendation, when you purchase it, you're taking it straight to the transmission shop. We're not driving it around town and that kind of stuff, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so what I did the math with the numbers that Traci gave me that was in the depreciation fund for the utilities, 19,437.66. Take away the 12.5, there's 6,937.66 in there. So it's up to you guys if you want to do the up to 6,500 to get the transmission repaired, or if you want to set a price on it, and then if they tell you got to redo it, then you're gonna have to come back to the council. So it's up to you guys what you want to do there.
So we do up to the 65 and then.
So I would entertain a motion to have that work done, paid out of utilities depreciation fund, reimbursed by December 31st, 2025.
Make a motion to take the 2011 truck to have the transmission serviced, if need be replaced. That would be paid out of water and sewage depreciation to be paid back by December 31st, 2025, not to exceed $6,500.
Second.
Motion with a second. Roll call, please.
Robert,
Aye.
Brett,
Aye.
Katina.
Aye. Anything else on your vehicles? Well,
No.
we got the mechanic here.
Nothing on the.
Thank you, Mr. Brown.
What about
So
this?
I
What
just
about
wanted to
this
let you know
one?
we had a question. So.
We voted.
The Ford
Oh, wait.
Explorer that Ronnie has, he was wanting the oil change.
I just got, she said, what about this? So, okay. I wasn't aware of this one. Okay.
Oh, there's one more thing after this too, if you can say.
Okay. So, the wastewater department, needs their 2004 Explorer, a headlamp bulb or steel beam, low beam, headlamp bulb, both, looks like all headlamps and an oil filter. Is that correct?
Headlights on the right side. I didn't know if one of them's bad, you better replace them both because they're painted back down, high and low. Huh?
So it looks like, minus the, parts tax, 174.45, so $175 is what I'm coming up with.
So I'll make a motion to approved for the 2004 Ford Explorer to go in and have an oil change and have the headlamps replaced. That would be both headlamps, not to exceed $175.
Second.
Motion with the second. Roll call, please.
Robert,
Aye.
Brett,
Aye.
Katina.
Aye. Did you say you had something else on vehicles?
Just for him doing the
The inspection?
inspection.
That was in our, that's in our APVs, so it's in there to be paid.
That's all with that.
Police, you got any questions when it comes to vehicles while we have the mechanic here?
No, I just got some motion here. I gotta do one more thing.
But where's, our truck is still under warranty, so it's still going to the dealership, correct, till then? Okay. Anybody else have any questions for the mechanic? Okay, thank you, Ted, we appreciate it.
I just had one thing, and I don't really know anything about it. Aren't there a lot of companies that lease town trucks with the option to buy after you?
Well, I'll tell you, and that was why my vote was no, okay? And I have the utmost respect for my colleagues. But I battled back and forth all week and I just couldn't get myself there. But I totally understand where they're coming from because of the price of new vehicles. Traci and I had a budget meeting. We're trying to get the MVH in line. With Senate Bill 1, there's going to be a lot of reductions coming to the town. That's going to be a hardship. And our financial advisor had recommended that we look into the leasing program. And that's what Traci and I were working on when Robert found this particular truck. He felt like that he could save money. And as a department head, I wanted to respect his decision. That was the line I was going at, but you know, he feels like he's got a better deal here than leasing. And at some point in time, you know, you have to respect others and let them make the decision. I would like to look into the leasing program in the future. I'm not a big lease person because I drive so far like you do. But when talking to Reedy, she was like, you know, you really need to look at it for a fleet in the future. So I do think that's an option for us in the future. Robert was just trying to save us some money with all the hardships we're getting ready to face.
Yeah, I was just thinking, you know, if there's like a 3 or 5 year lease or something, and then after that with the option to purchase, I mean, you're gonna have a newer vehicle that probably won't have very many miles on it, it's just used around town and stuff, you know?
And I think when we need new police vehicles, both of our truck, and we paid $3,000 for that truck. The only reason that we paid $3,000 for that truck is because we thought we qualified for a rebate. Our other truck that Ben uses, it was not the correct year model. So we had to repay back the rebate. So that truck was $3,000. The Explorer that we got was also bought by the county commissioners for us. So we've been very fortunate and blessed in the police department. So the last thing I want to do is look at these two and say, hey, my department's got brand new vehicles, and no, you can't do it. So I think we will look at the fleet in the future, maybe when the police need more vehicles, and then we can just collaborate all of them together.
I feel like just right at this point, they needed something to move forward. So that gives me more time to work on finding the leasing programs, the right leasing program. She gave me a bunch of links and a bunch of people to talk to, and I can't do that overnight. That's not the only thing I do is try to do those things. So it takes more than just a week to get that all done. So in this place, then we can budget for it down the road. So,
Prices of truck ain't gonna go down.
yeah.
That's the rough. That's the rough part. How much trucks are
I
there?
just bought one.
They're just so much money.
So if we don't have anything more on the vehicles, thank you, Mr. Brown. Looks like you got plenty of work to do for a while. Okay, at this time, I don't
Thank you.
see
Thank you, Ted.
Bryce Craig here. So if he would happen to enter, then we will revisit the guest speakers. So other than that, we'll move to new business, claim docket.
Tracy, I see we have a reimbursement for Ray, for $152.36. That came out of water material and sending supplies. Do you know what that was?
Do you remember what that was? Oh, it's your mail. Your stuff that you sent.
No, there was a purchase that I made
Something. I can't
at
remember.
Wayne Supply.
Okay.
It's not Wayne Supply anymore, the name changed. We
Okay.
didn't have an account and
Oh, that's right.
we needed the part, so I used a credit card to pay for it. My credit card to pay for it.
Like this.
Oh, sorry, I was trying. I was looking at the email. No, I'm good.
Seeing no questions, I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the accounts payable voucher for August 2025 in the amount of $77,835.12 as presented.
Second.
Motion with a second, roll call.
Robert,
Aye.
Brett,
Aye.
Katina.
Aye.
Still good. My email back so far.
I'll correct my statement, that was Warner Supply, not Wayne.
Okay, moving on to the accounts payable voucher. Council, was you able to match?
I was able to match, somehow I ended up with lots of duplicates.
Yeah, there was one email that they both got sent separate. The only thing I noticed through the bills, and Tracy and I decided to go ahead and add it because it was like 2 minutes till 4,
Mhm.
is I didn't see
No,
the
thank you.
297.
No.
So I added,
Or there was one more.
the
with that.
$64 was a credit. I did figure that one out.
Oh, okay.
They had taken they had the wrong parts, so they had taken them back. So we took the 41,331.17, added 297, 41,334.14. But I want to explain, on our USDA loan for the sewage project, when they pulled for the payment, they pulled 1,200 rather than 12,000. So we are 10,800 of that is going to pay that loan for the sewage project that they incorrectly pulled the amount. So that's why that's as high as it is. Seeing any other questions on the accounts payable voucher? Seeing none, entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the accounts payable voucher as presented, for the grand total of $41,334.14.
Second.
Motion with a second.
Robert,
Aye.
Brett,
Aye.
Katina.
Aye. This is my loose one. Okay, I have one loose APV in the sum of $16.99. This would be a reimbursement to Citizen. And Cindy Delaney enclosed as a receipt for weed prevent, I guess is what that says. I used on the corners uptown. I would like to be reimbursed for this. So it's weed killer in the flower beds uptown.
So I'll make a motion to approve the reimbursement for Cindy Delaney in the amount of $16.99.
I'll second that.
Motion with a second. Roll call, please.
Robert,
Aye.
Brett,
Aye.
Katina.
Aye. Moving on to leak adjustments. We have 3. The first one is account number 30156000. Council, I find that the form was filled out. There was a receipt for a repair. The receipt was for a clamp, repair clamp. I'm not sure what the leak was unless Ray knows, but there was over 2,000 gallons.
Reno's. I think theirs was continuance.
No, that's the next.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
302 South Monroe Street.
027, okay. Yeah,
Okay, it just said there was a clamp, so I didn't really know. A lot of times we know what the leak was.
well, it's a clamp that goes around the pipe, that covers the whole. So basically.
Because it went from 1,028 to 3,753. The credit's only 73 cents. Council, see any questions?
No.
Entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve leak adjustment for account 3015600.
Second.
Motion with a second. Roll call, please.
Robert,
Aye.
Brett,
Aye.
Katina.
Aye. Okay. The next account I have is 30002001. That would be the Gaston Town Hall. The toilet kept running, replaced the guts in the tank. The leak will more than likely carry over the next month. There's a receipt for a valve kit for the commode. Forms filled out by the deputy clerk. And we went from 1965 gallons to 4,308. Adjustment in the amount of $26.63. Seeing any questions?
No.
Entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve leak adjustment for account 300020001.
Second.
Motion with a second. Roll call, please.
Robert,
Aye.
Brett,
Aye.
Katina.
Aye. The next account we have is 20194007. This account is a rollover from last month. So, so 15,721 was the last month. 6,443 this month would be a $70.08 credit.
Make a motion to approve leak adjustment for account 201940007.
Second.
Motion with a second. Roll call, please.
Robert,
Aye.
Brett,
Aye.
Katina.
Aye.
I opened Open the door.
We received a invoice, summer's cooling inspection. Traci, do you want to inform the council a little bit about that, please?
They came for just our annual checkup of everything, and I wasn't here, so I got this in my email that they got up on the roof and found some issues going on up there. And I mean, you can read this. You can read it. I couldn't read it very, very well. But he has some things that, and it's everything that goes in the town hall. That air conditioning unit up on the roof. So I know we just got a new furnace, but he said he's worried about if that air conditioner will even finish out this year, going into next.
Where would you pay that?
I have some supply lines. I have two, at least two or
You
three.
said it's not broken right now, but it might go out by.
I mean, the units
It's running right now.
came out for a cooling inspection. The unit is 16 years old.
It's in the first time we've heard about it.
Well, and that's, they just come out for their like inspections. And then when he did, he got up on the roof and he's like,
They ask the question, do they put, it's probably running high head pressure on, so it's working at its max.
yeah,
That's what they check your voltage, your readings to your resistors, your coils. And if it's pulling too much amperage, that means it's working too hard, so
right. It
That's
says
it.
compressor high running amps.
that's what you got.
Yeah, it's running at 14, 14 and a half out of 16 max.
So you're probably, if you've been at a hospital, you'll be
Yeah.
That's this weekend, this
Yeah.
week.
We won't be here.
Well, this next week, you won't be in there, but
You will.
they done you a good job of writing that down. The amperage and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the dual cap's out of range. It's at 41, 4 and 1/5 or 41 fifths versus top out is 45.5. So
Right now, it's running at its max.
yeah.
What's it doing when it's getting hot? It's
Right.
okay. It's probably not too long.
Yeah.
I don't mean to interrupt, I'm sorry.
Oh,
no,
you're-
it's fine.
You're okay.
I
Council,
mean, we all know it's old.
Yeah.
I'd entertain a motion for action.
I would make a motion to go ahead and replace the air conditioner through Summers Heating and Cooling with a total job cost of $6,379.
Second.
Okay, so discussion, Traci, did I understand? You said that you can find that 6,379 in the budget?
I just have to work it, yeah.
Was that part of your,
Hmm.
was how we were paying it part of your
No.
motion?
No. No, because I don't have a specific
I would just say out of the general.
out of general fund.
Second.
Motion with a second, roll call, please.
Robert,
Aye.
Brett,
Aye.
Katina.
Aye. Okay. Okay, the 2026 budget, first reading and public hearing is September 16th at 8:30 a.m. Traci has everything entered on Gateway, correct?
Yeah, I just have to have the notice, which you have.
Okay, so I was donated a 4x10 flag. It's a pretty big flag. I think it's a very nice flag. I think it's very nice to see the flags hanging in the community. But it will not fit the pole out here. And Traci did some looking for a flagpole that would hold it. So I will let her tell you a bit about that.
I just called the flag company who made it. And for this flag, it's like a 4x10. I got to looking and on Amazon, which would be like, it gives you like, if you have this size flag, this size flag. So it says to use a 30-foot to 35-foot flag, heavy duty. And they run you can get anywhere from $120 to $299. So you just got to find the right one on Amazon.
Okay, so where was we gonna put that flag? Was we,
You asked me to find a flagpole.
well, I don't,
If
if we were, I mean,
Yeah, where you gonna put it?
was we gonna put it at the park? What was your thoughts then?
We have one over there.
David, that would be good to put it back out here. If you put up your building, break the building apart with the wind, the pole around.
That's the flag on the side of it will be against the building.
It's such a big
So
flag.
where do you think it would look best at in the community?
About next to the new sign that we put up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would put it where your sign's gonna go.
Well, I was thinking if we put it at the park, we should have funds in the park fund that we could purchase the flagpole, correct?
There's already a flag
There's already
there.
a flag.
But it's not big enough, right?
Well, it
Nobody
should
knows
be.
should be parked.
How tall is the flagpole?
20 to 30.
No, 30 to 35.
Oh, 30 to 35.
The Legion wouldn't allow it in their, that yard next to the Legion.
Maybe put the tree, Christmas tree there,
Do you think that flag will fit that pole at the park that's already there?
probably. That's a pretty heavy duty big pole.
Is it?
So you want
Yeah.
to try that?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll revisit the flagpole, we'll table that flagpole at this time until you get back with us. I'd entertain a motion.
Yeah, we'll take it down there Monday or Tuesday and see how it looks up there.
Make a motion to table the flagpole discussion until further notice.
Second.
Motion with the second. Roll call, please.
Robert,
Aye.
Brett,
Aye.
Tina.
Aye. Okay, I don't see Mr. Barber, but Ben can relay it. On Maple and Monroe Street, the street light wasn't put back up, Traci said.
Yeah, I don't know.
So we need the pole number so she can call that in and get that taken care of. I'm ready for, unless Traci has something that I missed or council has anything I missed, I'm ready to do departments. Not seeing police in here. We can move on to streets. Do you guys have anything?
I kind of went over everything I wanted to talk about with the truck and everything, but I did want to ask you a question. Me and Ben were talking. We were wondering if like maybe during like spare, if you ever had like a spare couple hours here and there, do like some mock water line bust and you could dig it and see if you can you explain what we're talking about?
Pretty much take one of our pipes we already have and bury it and then do like a practice see, make sure.
Like do some
I'm not
practice
gonna
runs trying to
destroy
do it
our
on his
stuff.
own.
We could do it back at the maintenance lot
Ray, what's your thoughts?
and have Ray be there so that he could know if I'm supposed to.
I
Just do
was,
some practice runs, you know,
right.
see if we can, because that's another way to save money. So, just
Right. I would say initiate a training program, but Ray would, I would want Ray to be there, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
And make sure it collaborates with both shifts or both departments and go from there. We definitely need to find out how we can save money, when it comes to water main breaks, but we also need our certified operator to be comfortable with whoever's doing the dig.
That's what we were talking. Exactly what we were talking about. So
So yeah, collaborate with the two departments and
I've been dealing with the truck, so that was the only thing I got.
Ben, did you have anything on streets?
We might need some more cold patch. That's about the only thing. Do some more patching, but other than that,
You got about
Pardon me?
a quarter of a scoop of backhoe.
How much you need?
But
So it's
How much will it cost?
$350.
Can you maintain that in MVH or do we need to find somewhere else?
Awareness.
LRS?
Mhm.
Okay. Tracy's saying that you could spend that $350 out of LRS. So I would entertain a motion for the cold patch.
Make a motion to get some cold patch out of
Awareness.
L,
Local road and street.
local road and streets, not to exceed $350.
Second.
Motion with the second. Roll call, please.
Robert.
Aye.
Brett.
Aye.
Katina.
Anything else in streets?
Are we doing any paving? Have we thought about doing any paving? Have we reached out to anybody about paving?
No, I'm gonna reach out to them soon though.
We just got no dollar figure. On how much we're gonna be allowed to spend.
Well, there's a CC&G grant that comes due in October. Commonwealth reached out to me. But I didn't want to overstep my lane because I thought you were following up with Robert.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Yeah, if you could give them the contact for him. That
He
way.
did.
He's
Okay,
got-
okay.
I got it.
You got that and Bill Walters both. Because there's an application that can be submitted in October. And Thomas is saying that our match is now only 20% rather than 25%. So,
Gonna reflect
Is
your
that
road stuff.
for like,
Does it say what date in October?
no,
Is
it
it
doesn't,
October?
but the next call is not until July of 2026. So, and I was looking at I went back and looked at the asset management plan that they put together.
Right.
And it looks like they had focused on the west end of town. So one of the things that they had, I can say a 5-year plan they sent us.
We gave them that paper with the roads they wanted to start with. Now that I'm back in my email, I think you have it.
So for, looks like 2025, they were looking at Elm Street from the town limits to Broad Street at an estimated cost of $24,500.
That's the best part of the road.
That's kind of what threw me.
How much did they want for that one?
$24,500.
Okay. Get me closer to town.
Well, then we'll have to get with Commonwealth. The Commonwealth will have to come back
Yeah.
and with a redone asset management plan, because everything for the next couple of years, based on this document, all seems to be on the west end of town.
Well, I mean, correct me if
working
I'm-
its way in.
Right. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that that citizens might hang us by our toes if we
Well,
put 25,000 in that section and
I
the.
agree.
So what I
not
need to
on
do is
Sycamore?
educate him a little bit. I need to call him.
You need to get a hold of Robert and just have a conversation. And I did, in my response back to Thomas, I did mention that we probably needed to revisit this.
Yeah.
That, that East Elm was in worse condition than what West Elm was. And South
South
Sycamore
Sycamore.
was a nightmare.
Right.
So,
Come have a conversation.
So you need to have a conversation with Robert and see what your options are. And we're probably going to, coming up on the end of the year, we're probably going to need to we may need to update our asset management plan, or update our PASER ratings.
Right, I agree.
Because we have to, if I remember correctly,
PASER?
we have to, PASER. An asset management plan has to be uploaded up to LTAP
Right.
on an annual basis. So we may need to look at either having them or having ECIRP come in for your PASER readings for the year.
And I'm sure Tracy be willing to work with you on that. She's very educated on doing
I'll
that
need it.
process too. So
When you guys
you can
are
help.
talking some of the stuff, it's like
I said,
LTP
Bill
tab.
Walters and Rob Bellucci are your go-tos. Rob gave you his card, and I sent you Bill Walters' information,
I have it all.
and so
Only one I don't like is Thomas.
We have him in an email.
Yeah,
Thomas
we have him in
Barclay?
an email, yeah.
Okay.
And don't get overloaded on it. Tracy will help you.
Yeah.
And if she needs anything, she can get with the council. We
Yeah.
can help you with that. But I do agree that we need to look at
Yeah, I gotta jump on it.
Ellison and Sycamore.
I'm aware.
Anything else on streets? Okay. Moving to police.
Good evening.
Good evening.
The Gaston Police Report for the August of 2025 monthly report. Our officers' hours, Barbara had 192 hours, Alan had 116, Rastic had 13, Jared had 11.5, Brown had 33.5, Denny had 2. Mr. Denny had surgery, that's why his hours are so low. Vest had 28.5, Armstrong had 26.75, Harless had 27, Mitchell had 14.5, Carmen had 0. They had 2 hours of training. Last month, prosecutors came in and did a report, writing and traffic stops on what we needed on those type of reports and those kinds of things. The department meeting was 1 hour. Our patrol hours were 461.75 hours. For total hours for the department is 464.75. We had 18 security checks, 104 runs for a total of 122.
Can you never mind, sorry.
Our total fuel was 104.96 gallons. Total mileage patrolled was 678 miles for the month.
I could have overlooked it, but I don't see the October schedule for the reserves. Did you guys get that? Can we make sure that that's in compliance with the ordinance and have it to the council by the first of the month, please?
I will get with Sergeant Brown. He is supposed to email those to you. I will get with him.
Thank you. Okay,
Chief Butler, majority that needs little changes.
right. And those should be they should, it shouldn't be higher than your monthly allotment, should it?
No.
And the department got the 2 new laptops and they're currently being programmed.
Yes.
Okay.
We made BRICE some brackets for them.
Okay.
Their cards are like they're $300 each.
Okay.
Yeah, they're different brackets than what we have in the 2 vehicles they're going in.
So do you need a vote for expenditure from us?
Yeah.
And what would be your total dollar amount?
$600.
For the brackets, and it would go into the truck and the,
It's whatever vehicle. You don't put the computers in.
council. I entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion for the PD to spend up to $600 for new brackets for them to house the new computers that were just purchased. for the police vehicles.
Second.
Motion with the second, roll call, please.
Robert,
Aye.
Brett,
Got it.
Katina.
Um, And then Tracy, the bill for the for the officers' uniforms, I know you wanted them revamped. They've been revamped and they're satisfactory to your
Yeah.
requirement. Okay.
Yeah.
The last couple months.
May I?
Yes.
On my bill, I returned items that was purchased. Did he redo your bill?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry.
I can't answer that yet, but make sure you check with Tracy and the credit was shown.
She got $59.
The last several months, the council, we have talked about a particular animal problem. I believe at that time that's been taken care of. Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
I just want to say thank you to you guys.
Well,
That does not take care of our total problem. We still need to find some kind of animal control. Are we diligently working on that?
I'm gonna get all the animal shelter again, see if I can give us some transport.
Okay, and then if you get a no in Delaware County, I don't know what the council's thought is, but my thought is call surrounding counties.
Okay.
You know, we want to be prepared for our next issue. Is anybody know a way I can say it than that? Do we have anything else in place? Taco is here if council wants to see him.
Okay.
How is Taco doing?
Good.
Single out comma too. Lot comma.
Anything else in
Roll call.
place? Moving on to water and sewage.
Smooth sailing.
Pardon?
Smooth sailing. We're getting good reports on the testing for the training. So we don't have any expenditures. Thank you. This month. I'm not aware of anything as a holdover from last month.
No, the only thing that Tracy and I talked about, and I reached out to Ray yesterday, and it was in our APV, was that 22,000 for the lift station.
Oh, the Coley bill.
I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, when we voted on that, Rob was here, and we talked about paying that out of our reserve for the project.
The debt reserve.
And is my thinking correct?
Could be. I'd have to go back. Off the top of my head, I don't recall.
So I just wanted to discuss with council that Tracy is going to look into that, and if we can pay that out of debt reserve, then
Yeah.
because if
No,
it's
no,
part
I
of the
mean,
project, that's
it's
what
part
that
of the
money
project.
is sitting there
Right,
for.
exactly.
Out of that reserve, does that money have to be put back at some point in time?
That's what she's going to have to find out, because I know we went quickly to get that to where it was, but I don't know if after we have to keep it substantiated at that amount or over that time frame, we just show that we utilized it for repairs within the project itself. Now, if she finds out that yes, you have to keep it at that, then it doesn't really make any sense to pay it out of that. But if we don't, then I suggest that, you know, that we're showing that we've done these repairs over the years from that project. So. Anything else in water and sewage?
Greg says no.
The only consultation discussion I have is I want to remind everybody the end of summer concert is this Saturday at 7 p.m. and the band will be Cookin' Bell. At this time, I'll take any kind of public comments.
You guys hear anything else from Spectrum as far as they're gonna expand out this direction?
When we had our meeting with them, they just said that, you know, like they said that the option will be there, but we haven't heard anything further from them.
Who's putting in the cable boxes?
Well, we got Spectrum and Comcast.
Comcast is doing most of the side road work. All Spectrum's doing is connecting county
So it's
work.
doing stuff in town. Okay.
That's probably Comcast, yeah.
Other
Yeah.
boxes in front of ours.
They can be put in underground. They said something.
I see them putting some up above, and especially
Yeah.
down in New Addition, when all these idiots has got their fences in the right of way, but that's put them in the line, and then, you know,
Maybe we should have a painting contest.
With the guy from Spectrum to walk through Mulberry Street and West McKinley Street. Those are the only two east are gonna go down. I'm guessing they're going back to Holland Network, and then they're going to Gaston Elementary.
they got stuff on Price Street, they're putting boxes down there.
Uh,
I just
They
wanted.
spray painted that driveway.
That's Moztec
the boxes,
What's
or
that?
Comcast.
the little green boxes are Comcast. And then Spectrum will also be in the ground, just going the 4 ways in and out of town.
Is that gonna be
And then
TV
we've got-
or internet?
And we've got Xfinity coming into town, and it's all gonna be aerial.
Mr. Rosenbaum.
OSHA would shut this company down in a heartbeat. There's no sign, men working, road closed, blocking the road, not hard at one. And they don't know where the right of way is. They're just, cause I went and asked them today,
Asked him what?
where the right of way. He said it's 10 foot the other side of the sidewalk. And they're over there 11 or 12 feet.
Carl, will you check into that?
Yeah, but there's no hard hats whatsoever, no safety vest, nothing, no road closed sign, men working sign, or anything. They just park the truck in a trailer and walk away.
Carl, would you let them know that a concern's been brought to the town that they may not be following proper safety procedures? Thank you. Anything else from the public?
I got 2 things. One thing, I want to thank the town board for trying to clean up the town. I know it's tough. I know you get a lot of crap, but it's making a difference.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
I have a question. You've got an asset down there at the garage, town garage. What are you gonna do with the old backhoe?
It's up for bid.
Okay. That's money that you can put back in your system, no matter what you get out of it.
Those go out. It goes out in the paper tomorrow, I
She
believe.
just did it.
You gonna bid on
Well, if I knew about it, I would.
Okay, and I'm,
It goes out in the paper tomorrow, Monday. Sealed bids till October.
I was wondering how long you were doing it.
I
Okay.
haven't bought a newspaper for years, so I guess.
We have to go get one.
And then it goes out again like October 3rd.
Right.
So
And
it's a,
you'll post it uptown here, won't you?
I can.
Yeah, we'll have her posted uptown because like you said, people
Have you
don't.
had any diagnosis done on, except somebody put crap in the tank?
I just put all the information that they gave me.
fuel lines you got.
That's all I have.
We'll post it, Tracy will post it here at the town hall and at the post office if you'll post it on that board there.
I just asked if there's some money there that you put back in the pocket.
Well, we're hoping to use that to reimburse the utilities for the current vehicle.
And, the police car is going in that too, right?
Yeah.
It's going up for auction.
I put them both in there.
Anything,
On your flagpole, wouldn't it be better right at the end of the town garage here? That's over there where nobody goes? Or did your ex-president want it there?
You're talking about the flag, the park?
Flagpole,
You think nobody goes to the park?
right at the end of the building right here.
I know you said nobody goes to the
Cemented
park.
in.
I would-
You guys are saying,
Yeah, I don't know.
put it over
Oh,
at
I
the
did.
park.
I would say if the flag fits at the park, use it there. I have another one. I was given 2 of the big ones, made in America. If the council decides or the employees think it's a great idea, bring us the plan and we can go there. I love to see the flag flying.
I don't like it right there where
up against the
It is.
building.
Up against the
Now,
building.
but on that end of the building, you got 6 feet between the fire department, the middle, right there on the end. I mean, not on this, on that end.
Yeah, Ben, follow up with us after you work on that one. Council, the only other thing I would recommend is, since we are taking that ordinance up for a second reading and adoption, I would recommend that, we request our legal counsel at the October meeting to answer any questions for the public that we may or may not be able to answer. Any other comments? Did we miss anything for you that you need done? for
Yeah,
us?
we need the entrance up there at the town hall in the corner where it's
Oh.
cracked.
The sidewalk.
Sidewalk.
Mm-hmm.
There's a crack in the wheelchair ramp area. Can you guys get us a
It's all
quote
like
for
sinking.
repair? Okay,
Give me a quote.
thank you. Guys get that
I
quote.
mean, if we're gonna dig that corner, I might as well put a black hole.
Guys come up with a plan, get us a quote for consideration. Anything else? Seeing nothing else, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn at 7:30 PM.
Second.
Motion with a second. Roll call, please.
Robert,
Aye.
Brett,
Aye.
Katina.
Aye.
You done recording?
You said 7:30.
Mhm.